Drivetime on RTE Radio 1, sponsored by Zurich. Employers, auto-enrolment for pensions is on the way. Visit zurich.ie to learn what it means for your business.
Tweet at Drivetime RTE.
Now, TDs and Senators should have their salaries increased by restoring pre-economic crash allowances, which have been cut since 2008. That's according to Independent Senator Gerard Craughwell, who's been canvassing his Oireachtas colleagues on this for support this week. And he joins me in studio this evening. Senator Craughwell, thanks for coming in to Drive Time this evening. What are these allowances you're looking for, and why should politicians get them back?
Thank you very much, John. Thank you for having me here, and I'm delighted to be here with you. Basically, what this brought this about is the government and the Irish Congress of Trade Unions Public Services Committee announced that FEMPI had been finally unwound. Now, I was president of the Teachers' Union during the implementation of FEMPI, and the destruction it ran across the public service was something terrible. But it also happened to members of the Oireachtas, and members of the Oireachtas are afraid to speak out about something like salary. I am not looking for a pay rise for TDs and Senators. What I am looking for is that FEMPI be restored for them also. And in particular, there are two incremental credits that apply to TDs and Senators who have what we call long service. So I believe the first one is payable at 10 years and the second one at 15 years. It's a small sum of money. It's not a large sum.
I'm sure there are many people out there who won't forget the economic crash. FEMPI was about these emergency financial measures that were taken as a response to it. So specifically then, the allowances you're looking for, well, how much would it bring you up? Because we have heard of salary increases in line with public sector agreements in recent times. A TD's basic salary is €117,133 per year. A senator is paid €82,018 per year. How much more would you be paid with these allowances?
OK, let's put it into context. First and foremost, a TD's salary is tied to a principal officer's salary in the public service, but it's tied to the lower levels of the principal officer. Principal officer is between 114 and 148,000. So a TD is on 117,000. Very few TDs or senators would qualify for the long service increment. The churn in political life has become rather rapid. And
how many years do you need for the long service increment?
You'd have to have 10 years continuous service for a long term, for the first long term increment, which is about 3,000 for a TD and 2,000 for a senator.
Would you receive it?
I would qualify for it, I believe now. I wasn't sure earlier on today, but I would qualify for it should I decide to take it.
Did you just begin campaigning for this, though, when you realised you qualified for it?
No, when I entered Leinster House as a senator, I undertook a number of initiatives for both city and county councillors and for members of the Oireachtas. In the case of city and county councillors, I lobbied hard for their pay and their conditions to be improved. It took many years for that to happen. We raised their income, and it's not an income, it's an allowance that they must fund all their activities out of, from 16,000 to 26,000. TDs and senators were hit with a PRSI class that offers absolutely no benefits, and we've lost our long-term increments.
Okay. Now, lots of people are already reacting to the idea of TDs and senators getting paid more when I quoted those figures. I'll come to them in a moment if I can. You're quoted in the Examiner today as saying, and it is your quote, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I know that some members of the public would be pretty pissed off about this, but it's irrelevant to me. Do you want to expand on that? Because that sounds like you're saying that you're not interested in public opinion as a politician as to what people think about you looking for more money.
Yeah, let me expand on that. I spent 25 years of my working life as a trade union activist. I never once apologised for seeking the best conditions for those I represented. When I was president of the Teachers' Union of Ireland, I unfortunately oversaw the full implementation of FEMPI. I had no difficulty whatsoever running down the Crow Park 2 negotiations, and we finally got the Lansdowne Road agreement.
But have you got much positive reaction to this? Because I'm told that some politicians have said it's tone deaf at a time when we have a cost of living crisis in Ireland and there are a lot of people struggling right now. Do you expect to get much support, and is this something you'll be pursuing?
I did a number of radio interviews today, and I'm quite surprised at the positive feedback I got from members of the public, not politicians. Only one politician that I'm aware of had anything to say, and that was the one that leaked the story to the Examiner yesterday, 5 minutes after I sent the email.
Well, maybe we'll leave it up to our listeners on Drive Time as well. Anne says, no way should TDs and Senators get long service payments. And another listener says, John, I was having a grand day up until the point you started talking about pay increases for TDs and Senators. You've ruined my day. A listener says, everyone affected by non-unwinding of the cuts that Gerard Crockwell was talking about, the FEMPI era cuts, should withdraw their services. They say barristers at district court level are still on those FEMPI era rates of pay. Another listener says, John, how could any politician accept an increase on their extremely generous pay packages when children can't get crucial scoliosis surgeries or other medical treatments? It's Drive Time at rte.ie if you want to get in touch with us.